There's overflowing abundance right now, meaning that you can farm for talent books that your characters may need independent of the day, or you can farm for, weapon materials that your character's weapons might need. I know that's a huge issue, along with I believe something else. Not entirely sure. They don't typically allow leyline overflows quite often in this game. Also because it is coming to an end. Not soon, but relatively soon. So you can see right here, you can only you only have three three out of three chances as of right now. You have to use 20 of your energy or 20 of your resin. And you see I got these talent books since I am trying to get these talent books for Razor during this specific time period because it is for a limited time. They don't tell you how long of a limited time either. They kind of just they kind of just throw it in there into the game whenever they feel like the game is being competed against. So you can see from right here the weapon materials and the talent materials for your character's weapons and or talents. You can use 20 of your resin for one set of books per region if you choose to distribute your energy that way. You can choose to go to Inazuma and get all three of those books by doing each of those individual domains. That way, you'll be collectively getting all of the talent books that all of your Inazuma characters might need if you have not leveled those up already. And that goes for each region. You only have about a week. And I am recording this or releasing this later on. I'm pretty sure the leyline overflow is ended. However, I know there are some new characters coming out, some old characters that people have been waiting for a rerun to. Me personally, I don't think I will be going for any reruns. Once they implemented the constellation system, I also need to get these weapon materials and these weapon materials for the Favonius weapons. But once they implemented constellation, the constellation element of the game where you can get certain characters' constellations for free, at least one constellation for characters that you currently have. The whole rerun characters and spending my in-game currency for constellations, even though they do make characters stronger. Also, I am choosing to build Snow Tomb Silver for Razor. That's why I was wondering which weapon material to get or farm for or use my energy for as of right now. Um, Surprisingly, I have not leveled up my Snow Tomb Silver. In fact, I recently just crafted it. I've been using Prototype Archaic on Razor, and he does good damage even though he's at 70. But since he technically got a buff, I'll showcase it here. And yes, there are Hydro characters in this team just to showcase Razor can do lunar charge damage because the Hydro characters won't be doing any damage in this area or in this domain against these enemies. But yeah, see my snow tomb, my dragon spine weapon is at level 1. I was trying to farm in advance, and these are free to play options because I am building my razor to be free to play. Prototype Archaic is craftable. Snow Tomb Silver is Star Silver is craftable. Um, for those who have FOMO in Dragon Spine, if you didn't play from the very get-go in 1.2 or 1 point whatever, then you missed an entire like epilogue of the story. That was basically Albedo's backstory. And if you have played through the one of the most recent quests where Albedo was framed for murder without any dialogue, by the way, and I feel like that whole interaction should have been dialogued. It had Jean, it had Dahlia, it had Rosaria, it had almost all the Knights of Avonius, kind of giving an Attack on Titan where Levi and Aaron type feel or vibe where Aaron was on trial. It was actually Albedo on trial, even after he even after the whole Whopper flower incident. Anyway, I'm getting off track. Razor does great damage, and here's why. Um, you see, Hydro Slimes are immune to Hydro, clearly. Have Yunjin here because she is good. She can proc Lunar Crystallize. She can proc one instance of it, which is why I believe they're releasing a new character if that character isn't out yet. Um, I did not go for Z-Buy. I was gonna go for Yuga or Iluga. I don't know if you roll the L's as if it were um, a Spanish word or not, but I don't have the crystallized lunar crystallized 4 star, nor do I have any lunar crystallized 5 stars. I may be going for the lunar crystallized 5 star healer though. That is if I can win a 50-50. Let me know in the comments if you guys are going for the new character. And see this? This is why the overflow is good because I was able to get a purple weapon material and also get the lesser rarities of the material in order to craft, hopefully, an extra purple one and not have to use 20 resin or my last 20 resin just to get one purple material. And now I'm gonna go back and farm for snow tuned star silver materials because I will need those in the upcoming future. Just because I will keep the prototype archaic, but I will also be seeing if star silver will be better for damage just because Razor is able to double dip into his damage with it being, see that heavy a little bit of heavy physical damage. He is level 70 with not leveled up talents all the way, and he's still hitting 10,000 damage on a craftable weapon. That's at R1. And yes, I can get it to R5. I will make a video of it being at R5. His lunar damage is also hitting 10,000, but I will see if I can, because right now he has attack. And look, speaking of two, I started off with 0 of these materials, and now I can craft 4 more on top of the 2 that I just received. But yeah, I will see if I can get Razor his weapon and then double dip into his damage for physical and electro. See you guys in the next video. Like and subscribe.